Carlson, 3 points for the Ravens. Ladies and gentlemen, Proctor High School has a new school record for scoring. Give it up for Chloe Jones!
Welcome back to 3 from the Top of the Key. I'm here with Chloe Carlson, Proctor all-time leading scorer, and you Mary commit. Let's get into it. What did AAU teach you the most that helped you through your high school basketball career?
I feel like the biggest thing was just learning how to be like a versatile player. I mean, obviously, all the different teams, you're coming in, you have to play different roles than high school. So I kind of learned, I feel like that's definitely when I blossomed into more being a point guard, but then also learning the other roles. I would have to guard, like, some teams I'd have to be the post, like, have to guard really tall kids. So I feel like that definitely helped just learn to be versatile and all the different things. And I feel like also it helps because it's a fast pace. And especially my last year playing on, like, the Power 24, you're playing kids that are top 10 in the country.
Yeah.
So it's just super good experience, and overall it was super fun.
You get to, like, look what's out there. I feel like more than high school, to here in this little area.
Yes, definitely.
So did you play for Minnesota Suns your whole career, or did you have to switch AAU teams?
So I started here in Duluth. I didn't even really know what AAU was. And then I had an opportunity to play for Minnesota Starks. And then after I played there a couple years, and then I went to the Suns in the cities, and I played there my last 2 years.
You always had to, like, try out, you know. What was your mentality, like, coming into tryouts?
Yeah, I feel like I tried out for the Suns team. I had, like, an invite, but obviously you still have to try out. So I feel like there's always going to be a little nerves involved, but I trust all the work that I put in. So just, like, relying on that. And then when I was down there, just showing what I could do. And I think as soon as I, like, stepped on the court, it was really fun. And just, like, meeting new people, all the people down there, obviously growing, like, relationships, expanding your, like, network.
Yeah. Letting, like, when you get to try out, like, let the work, like, show itself.
Yes, exactly.
So when you played for Minnesota Suns, did you have to, like, travel from Duluth there?
Yes. So twice a week we went to practice. We practiced Tuesdays and Thursdays for 2 years. It was definitely a time. I would leave after school, and then I would get back at, like, midnight, and then wake up at 7:30 for school.
How wonderful.
Yeah.
So how did you balance, like, into that shooting on your own and then schoolwork on top of that?
Yeah. I feel like the biggest thing was definitely learning like time management. So I'd work on homework, like try to get it done in school. If not, obviously, like, the travel, that part helped, but otherwise I'd always sleep in the car, how to get my naps. But I feel like I definitely learned a lot, like, about myself throughout that time, and learning, like, set aside this time for, like, shooting, working out. It was nice because I could work out during school, so that really helped.
Oh, that's amazing.
So then I had all my lifts done, and then even, like, when we were going to the cities, I already got my lift in for the day, and then definitely, like, getting a lot of shots up.
I feel like time management is, like, something I have to get better at for me, because I go everywhere, and it's like you need to have a schedule. So when you were going into tryouts, is there any advice you wish you could have given yourself, like, before you went into the tryouts? Yeah,
I feel like just be confident. Like, obviously, especially girls, we tend to be like, oh, I'm so nervous, but trust the work that you put in. Everyone puts in so much work, so just, like, you have that to lean back on, and maybe you're really nervous, but just, like, trusting yourself and having that confidence that you put in the work, that you'll do good.
Confidence, that's, like, a really, really big one. I feel like a lot of people lack in that. I feel like should be paid more attention to like, build back up.
Definitely.
I'm going to jump from AAU to your high school career. You were the all-time leading scorer. Can you give me a few of your top memories?
I feel like one of my favorites was assisting my sister on her 1,000th point. When I was a freshman, it was the funnest time. We got to like start together on varsity. And going into the season, she was at 500 points exactly. And I feel like I definitely got overlooked because all the time I was just passing to her. Like, that was my main focus, like, pass it to her. Yeah. And so then it was like our last regular season game, and she was 3 away, and so then Solberg like called a timeout, drew up the play, and she like made the 3, and I just remember it was like the coolest thing ever. And then I think it was such a full circle moment when I hit my 1,000th point, because just like the growth throughout that time. And then I feel like obviously like breaking the school record and hitting 2,000 points. I think the main thing that I was super like happy about was just like the support I got, and everyone was just so happy, and I thought it was so cool.
Can you walk me through some of the different roles you had throughout your career?
I feel like when I was a freshman, obviously definitely learning like who I was as a person, player, everything. Definitely like growing into my body. I was very small. And that was when my sister was a senior. And like I said, I was definitely like pass first. And then I think after she graduated, I kind of started to like find myself, be more confident. And then I think junior year, I was definitely more of like a shooting guard. And then this year I tried to focus on like being a leader and kind of like being a point guard.
I would say you were one of the best leaders. You helped me so much.
Oh, thanks.
So I had like a few questions to ask you about your top like moments. I'm going to go to like the other side of that. Did you have any major slumps, and like how did you get through them?
I feel like definitely with like high school basketball, it's such a long season. So definitely by the end, there was times where I was in like a major shooting slump, and it's just like such a long season. So just like trusting yourself, you put in so much work. At some point, like you shoot 6 misses, the 7th one will go in, and just trying to like stay confident and surround yourself with people that believe in you.
Don't let the misses like mess up the rest of the game. You gotta like keep contributing. You played with some younger kids this season, including me. How, as a captain, did you keep your expectations high, but at the same time like bring us along?
I feel like I experienced it firsthand being the younger one. Like I said, when my sister was a senior, and she was a really good leader, and everyone was just like best friends. So obviously I had that to like lean back on, and like I knew a little bit, but obviously I was not in the leadership role. And I feel like I'm a very competitive person, so just like setting a high standard that we want to get better, but then at the same time like growing relationships and everyone get along.
I want to say you did that very well. You're really tight.
Yes.
So obviously you don't get to where you're at right now without the work behind the scenes. Can you give me some examples of your individual workouts in the lens of how many shots are you getting up a week, and how are you getting those shots up?
Yes. So right now I'm on my UMary programming, so it's about like, obviously right now it was the 4, so definitely slacked off, but my goal is like 1,000 makes a week. So that's obviously definitely just like what I'm counting. And that's like stationary threes, lateral, like pin downs, all the varieties, and then like live finishes and stuff like that. And then obviously very crucial, like layups, make-ins, free throws, stuff like that.
Overlooked so much. When I get into a game and it goes off the rim, I'm like, seriously?
Yeah.
I'm supposed to go in.
Yes. I feel like I like having a structure because it forces me to like work on stuff, like certain things. And the biggest one is like live finishes. I feel like I've gotten a lot better at like making my sister come and guard me. And I feel like that's been really good because she's more of like a post type player. So I've had to learn how to like finish through someone who's tall.
Yeah. And that's like live finishes are so helpful. I think like that's why like one-on-ones and live play are like so crucial to like get into your program and whatever.
Definitely.
So do you train with anybody like outside of your individual workouts and your parents?
I would say Luke Salo, definitely. I feel like he's been a very good like mentor throughout my years. And right now he's been putting on like college runs. So obviously besides like individual workouts or like small group workouts, I think that's been super helpful. Just like playing with other college players, it's a very like fast pace. And I think he's been super good about just like being very open to like working with anyone, and all he cares about is like you getting better, nothing else.
I feel like fit is like really important, like finding the person that can really push you to your top limit.
Yes.
And that's really important. So you're putting in so much time. How do you keep your body in the right condition to be able to do that in the thought of like weightlifting? And what does that program look like? Yeah,
I feel like I was definitely smaller like when I was younger, but as soon as I found the weight room, I love working out. And it's been really cool to like see your progress when you start out compared to obviously like now. And I work with Tony Radloff. He's been amazing. My favorite is my sister had the records, and now like I was trying to break them. So that definitely motivated me. And yeah, I usually work out like 4 times a week. Obviously, when I was in school, I was doing like a workout class, so it was 5 days.
That's really nice to have it like in school.
Yes, it was awesome.
I feel like weightlifting is so nice because you're never gonna have like a bad weightlifting day. Like I feel like it's always like you're gonna see gains. It doesn't really go backwards as long as you're consistent.
Definitely.
So that's like the good part about it.
Yeah.
So you're doing all this stuff. Can you walk me through a week, like what your week looks like, especially during AAU season?
I feel like AAU is definitely like when I think back to it, I was so busy, like obviously driving to practices. And I think I definitely had to find that balance because at first I was just like all basketball, but obviously like you'll get burnt out doing that. So just finding a good balance and something that you can do to like step away from basketball and put it away like for a little bit. And I feel like definitely now, right now, obviously like shooting, working and stuff, but I would always, when I had practice like last year in AAU, I would like shoot on my off days or like work out and stuff like that. And then now obviously I've tried to like shoot and work out and conditioning. Hate running, but I have to do it like every single day. Because obviously, I feel like the main thing is, obviously there's days that like I don't want to do anything, but there's someone out there that's putting in the work. So you have to do it no matter if you want to or
not. Gotta find like the motivation to get in the gym. So you're doing all this stuff. Do you do any sort of like recovery?
I have a hot tub. That's been very nice.
Oh my goodness. I want one so bad.
It's such a good excuse for like, oh, I have to go in the hot tub. Like, I think that's good. And then I think off days are very important. Like just one day, like every other week or something, just like not doing anything because that's a good reset. And then obviously like stretching and stuff like that.
So you have like all the work you put in. You are a UMary commit. What was your college program? Like what were you looking for in a program?
I was definitely looking for a good connection with the coach. Obviously, like if you have to have a good connection with your coaching staff. And I love the coaches at UMary. And then when I visited there, everyone says like, you'll know if, and that's how it was. I visited there and I was like, yes, this is the place. And they have really good academics. I'm going into nursing and they have a brand new nursing program. So even like everyone says, besides basketball, like you want to go there, and I love their nursing program and everything. So, and the team was super nice. So everything just checked the box.
Finding fit, I think, is really important.
Yes. Definitely.
Before you went to UMary and like found that like this is where I want to be, can you just tell me about the process before that and how you got there?
Yeah. I feel like the recruiting process itself, some people get stressed, but I kind of just took it like however I wanted. I committed a little bit early. I committed like before my last like July live period, but I knew I wanted to go to UMary, so I was like, I visited like some other places and stuff like that, but as soon as I found UMary, I was like, yes, I love it there.
It's nice to like get it like down and like I know I'm gonna do this, so you're not like thinking about it. It's like getting in your way. Is there any advice you'd give like a younger player to get the attention of college coaches?
I feel like definitely be true to yourself. Obviously, there's so many kids, like whatever, and definitely reach out. Like if you email someone, email them again. Email them as much as you can. They have hundreds of emails, so just keep like emailing them. And then when you're playing, I feel like you can control certain things. Like obviously if you're a shorter player, that was me. So you can control things like energy and effort. And I feel like that's a main thing. Like you're always hustling. You're always like encouraging your teammates. Maybe you're having like, maybe just airball the shot. Like it's how you respond to that is what they care about. They obviously, everyone's human. You're going to have bad games. So they want to see how you respond to that. And like, if you're hustling back and getting a stop on defense and like, if you're cheering on your teammates, stuff like that. So even if there's stuff that you can't control, there's always things that you can control that will help you get looks. I
feel like the communicator, like as a shorter point guard, like as for us too, I feel like that's very important, like being the team leader and being able to bring up the team even when you're in a low spot.
Yes, definitely.
So I'm going to jump back to when you said like emailing coaches. When did you start emailing coaches and like how did you like get to that point?
Yes. I had some people tell me like that's a good idea, whatever. And I think it was my junior year of AAU, and obviously we had a lot of long car drives, so my parents were like, okay, this is your time. So then I just like looked up all of the schools that I was like interested, and I emailed them, and then every live period or tournament I would just like send them all my schedules. And I feel like that was a really good way of like reaching out to people and just like being persistent. They obviously they might not see the first one, but maybe the fifth or sixth one they'll see.
I mean, keep going. They're gonna have to open it up at one time. Did you do any like college camps to like get yourself out there more?
Honestly, not really. I feel like obviously I did UMD like elite camps because it was close, but other than that, I feel like AAU was just like such a good way to get
Yeah.
exposure, especially like playing on a circuit. What I did, there's so many coaches, like everywhere you look, there's like 10 college coaches.
Yeah, I feel like it's like AAU takes up so much of the summer. It's like, what else am I gonna actually like fit into
Yes.
here? You mentioned like playing on a circuit. Is the circuit like different, and how is that different from playing on like a normal like Minnesota Starks team from here?
Yeah. I think it's really good exposure because college coaches know that it's like it has a good reputation. They know it's good basketball, and you have like certain amount of league games. So we would go. Our first session was in Ohio. Well, this year it was in Texas. This past year. And so just like traveling, it's really good experience. You're playing such high level players. And I think overall just like playing those players, it's an amazing experience because when else are you going to play the top 10 players in the country? And then obviously all the coaches, they'll follow. So even like, I don't know, I think it's cool. We saw like Gino at one of the tournaments and he was like on our court watching one of the players we were playing. And I was like, what? Like when are you ever gonna have that happen?
Yeah, I mean, get a picture.
Yeah,
really?
my dad literally took a picture. I remember I was standing in the corner and he was sitting on the baseline, and my dad has a picture. He sent it to our family group chat, and he was like, "Gino's watching Chloe." And I was like, "Nope," but like how you think?
That's so funny. So you had to like travel pretty far for tournaments. How did you balance like that travel? Because like there's a time difference, and then like getting up shots when you're out there.
We actually found some nice YMCA's in Bardstown, Kentucky. That was fun. Yeah. My friend and I, one of my AAU teammates, we would always camp together. That was super fun. And so we'd just find like little gyms. There was we were camping at this campground, and there was an outside basketball court. So that was nice. Before games, we'd get up some shots.
Yeah.
And then the YMCA, that was fun. Like just a little like knick-knack gym. Yeah.
YMCA is like, get a YMCA pass now
Yes,
as you travel.
yes, exactly.
In closing, this is Chloe Carlson. Thank you for coming to the podcast.
Yes, thanks for having me.